Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we're going to make a cluster bracelet and earring set using the Jesse James Mini Mix Winter Solstice and some of the beads from the Mykonos Blue Pantone color from the Magical Mystery Bead Box for this month. So, kindness is contagious. Here's our encouraging word for today. Spread this stuff around like the pandemic. Kindness, yep. All right, so I had an issue. I started filming this video and then realized, well, I mean, it was filming. It told me it was filming, but when I went back to find the video, it was gone. So I don't know what's going on. My camera's been having some issues today. And so all my dangles are made, and I'm sorry, but we still have the dangles to make for the earrings, but yeah, I got them all done for the bracelet. So I'm still going to show you how to do this because, you know, you can make your dangles. That's not that hard. So you're going to need a length of large link chain. This is Rollo chain, and I have exactly a little bit over 7 inches, including my lobster claw. Okay, so I'm using this Lobster Clasp and then this length of chain. I have almost all of the beads from the Winter Solstice Mini Mix. I have mixed in a few of the beads from the Mykonos Blue. Oh, here's one that I didn't do. So yes, I will show you how to make a dangle. I've mixed in a few of the beads from the Mykonos Blue Pantone color in the Magical Mystery Bead Box. I'm going to be using all of the snowflake charms from the Winter Solstice collection. I've got some jump rings, I've got some head pins, and then if you want to make the earrings with me, you're going to need a couple of eye pins, 2 of the little snowflakes right here. I've got 2 fishhook ear wires, and then I've got the beads of my choice that I'm using in here. I've pulled some out for the earrings, okay? So we're going to do the earrings in a minute. So let me show you how I make my links. Now, I did some of these with the one-step looper, and then I did some of them by hand. I will show you here how I do them by hand. So you need to take a head pin, and I'm just making sure that my beads hole isn't too big and it won't fall off. I take the head pin and I bend it at 90 degrees. So just like this. And then I take my pliers and I trim it. And I trim mine fairly short. I like my my loops to be short, so I've trimmed it right about that much. And then I take my round nose pliers and I roll this loop back. Okay, just like that. And that is how I make my little bead dangles. And so you need to make a bunch, and I'll show you the beads I've used. I've used these large hole beads, and on these I put some big bead caps. I've used all of the sparkly little rhinestone beads that were in there. I wanted this to be really sparkly. I've used these 2 metal rhinestone beads. I think these are from the Pantone, the Mykonos Blue. I've used these 2, and I put little bicones in them, 6mm bicones, to keep them from, you know, so that they would stay on the head pin. I've used this cracked glass from the Mykonos Blue. I've used these, oh, and that one lost its bead cap off the other end. I'm going to have to fix that. I've used these mermaid glass ones. There's a bunch of these, this mermaid glass. See all those? And then I've used these 2 white ones. Some clear here. And then just a bunch of the smaller, I just wanted the blues and purples. So let me fix this little guy right here. I don't know why his bead cap fell off the bottom unless this head pin was too small. Sometimes these bead caps have really big holes in them, so you have to be careful to get head pins with a pretty big head on them. So let me see if this one will work. Okay, it seems like it will. So I'm going to try that. Let me grab another bead cap. Okay. Seems like that's going to work. We'll try it. Okay. All right. So, go and make all your dangles. And when you're done with all your dangles, come right on back and we're going to attach them. Okay, so I've got my chain here. Let me put it this way. I don't know why I like the clasp at this end for some reason. So I'm going to attach on to the very middle most of the bigger items, okay? So probably the snowflake, and I'm just going to take my jump rings and start putting them on. A lot of times I like to attach these things directly to the link, but with this Rolo chain, you have to kind of pull the links open straight instead of like you do a jump ring, and I don't like that. I just feel like it makes them less secure. So I'm going to attach them all with jump rings. Just make sure they're closed really good. Okay, so there's that one. Now it's important when you're making a bracelet like this, a charm kind of bracelet or a dangle bracelet, that you put a lot of stuff right in the middle, because the middle is where it's going to flatten out over your wrist and things are going to not bunch up, they're going to lay flat. So you want a lot of things, you want the most of your stuff right in the middle, most of your dangles right in the middle. Okay, and I'm just going to attach all these on, some on one side of the link, some on the other. And that's kind of important too, because when you put this on, you want it to, some to fall to either side. So make sure you do that. You attach some on one side and some on the other. I'm going to make sure all my loops are closed up really well. Okay. I want to get all these sparkly ones up here in the middle. Making sure my camera's still recording. I don't know what happened to it. It's been really struggling, which I've recorded about 12 videos in 2 days and then uploaded them and all this, so it's probably wigging out on me. Okay, so I'm just going to continue attaching most of my dangles right here, you know, most of them in the middle, and then I'll spread out just a little bit as it gets crowded here in the middle. So go ahead and attach all of your dangles, get them on, and just attach them how you like. You know, you do want to bunch up the middle, because as you see, when you lay this across your wrist, it's going to flatten and spread out. So you want there to be a bunch here, okay? That's real important. So do that and come right on back. Okay, so here's my bracelet with everything hooked on except for these little metal charms. Now, as you can see, I've kind of gone down the sides here with some of the smaller beads and just spread them out. But most everything is clustered up right here in the middle. And when you put this on, and it's going to be very fluffy and very sparkly and pretty, and all clustered up right here in the middle. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook on these little metal charms. And I'm using a little bit bigger jump rings for this, just because I want them to have a little bit of room to kind of flip and flop, if you will. But this rhinestone one, I'm going to try to hook right in the middle. And probably I'm going to hook it, let's see. I just want to kind of hook it up top so it, you know, will try to stay in the middle. So it's kind of hard because you can't really tell where anything is on this once you get it all on here. So I'm just going to hook it to this bead, right through the jump ring on one of the beads in the very middle, in what position I hope is facing up. Now if it gets flipped over, it's no big deal. It's silver. It's just going to blend. Okay. And I'm going to do the same with these other three using bigger jump rings. I'm just going to take them and I'm just going to hook. I may do a couple of them down here on the side, just because I think that would be pretty. Just make sure you get your jump rings closed, because these are really thin. They'll you know, fall right through there. Okay, I'm going to do this one down here. And then these last two, I'm just going to hook up here in the middle somewhere. So probably maybe just one right here. I just am kind of pulling a bead up and hooking it through the jump ring. I'm not necessarily hooking it onto the original chain. I'm just pulling one of the beads up and hooking it through the jump ring that the bead is attached on with. And that'll kind of lay it to the top, I'm hoping. That's my plan anyway. So let's see, let's put this one right here. And like I said, if they flip and flop or they, you know, do whatever, they're silver, it's not going to matter, it's just going to look like another metal in there. So here we have it. All right, it's very, very fluffy. Ooh, it doesn't even want to lay on my wrist without being clasped, but I do have the Lobster Clasp on it. And I really love these fluffy, big, just, they're so pretty. So there it is. And I am going to clasp it for you here in a second, but let's go ahead and do our earrings, okay? So we have our beads here and our little charms. Now these earrings are super simple. I'm not doing anything complex at all with these. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drop bead, I'm going to take my cracked glass bead, my little daisy spacer, and my pearl. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just making them to match, and I am going to do a wrapped loop here. You know what? No, I'm not. I don't have a lot of room. I'm not going to do a wrapped loop. I'm just going to do a regular. Okay, just a regular loop there. Forgot my ear wires, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it on my ear wire. And then I'm going to put my snowflake on. So let me grab a small jump ring. I could just hook it directly on there, but I think I want it to dangle a little bit more than that. I want it to kind of move around. So I'm going to hook it on with a jump ring. And I'm just going to take it and just stick it right on here. Okay, so just like that. When you hold it up, mine's hanging pretty good. It's just going to spin around a little, but if you need to turn your eye pin, you can. So let's make our other one here. Okay. And same thing with this one. Find another small jump ring. There we go. We're just going to hang this on. Make sure that loop is closed up really good. There we go. And there we have our little earrings. So cute. And our big fluffy bracelet. So let me put this on and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the bracelet on. I love this thing. I think they're so pretty, and I actually might take one more link out because it slides around a little bit. But I have a hard time getting it on if Chris isn't here. Because I just can't do these lobster claws. But yeah, I do need to take one more link out. It just slides around, but I like it being, you know, stiff in one spot. So I will remove one more. But I think these turn out so pretty, and such a good way to use up a large variety of beads or bead soup, whatever you have. And here are the little earrings. So I really love the colors in this set. I really, really do. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like it and subscribe. And yeah, ring the bell, because if you don't ring the bell, they won't notify you when I upload another video. So that's kind of important if you're following me opening these unboxings and then wanting to see the tutorials from them. Alright guys, have a great rest of the day. There will be a link in the description box below this video if you're interested in purchasing the Winter Solstice mini mix. Okay? And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!